Let's begin. It's morning transfer talk, and the Everton manager search is down to Vitor Pereira, Frank Lampard, and current caretaker boss Duncan Ferguson. They will hold a final round of talks with all of the three candidates, the vacant manager role tomorrow. Newcastle United are set to put Bruno Guimares through his medical tomorrow. A fee's been agreed. Yes, it has been. Despite what Leon have said, as reported on Wednesday between Newcastle and Lyon for the Brazilian international, it is the region of £33 million plus add-ons. Vlahović will wear number 28 and is set for medical, but I think we all know that he has signed for Juventus. Damn deal there. Yep, Guimares is set to undergo his medical today, and he probably already has. Liverpool are considering making a late £45 million move to sign Luis Diaz from Porto. Goals to Newcastle is still a possibility. He's turned down the offer of new contracts at Sevilla and would like to move to Newcastle, but the Premier League club aren't willing to pay more than €30 million. Sevilla are currently second in La Liga and chasing their first title in 75 years. But I think he just wants to play in the Prem, really. Although at the same time, maybe Newcastle is new best bet. They offered to almost double Carlos's wages to match what he's been offered by Newcastle, but he still rejected it. I won't knock on owner's door for signings, according to Archon, but we've sort of already talked about that. Morata wants to end his loan spell at Juve to move to Barca. Any potential move would need agreement of Atleti. Newcastle are still in talks with Leverkusen over a deal for left-back Mitchell Bakker. It's available for £60 million, providing Leverkusen can find a replacement. They've been trying to recruit in that position throughout the January transfer windows, but negotiations for Bakker could continue until deadline day. Diaz was Klopp's first choice for summer. Diaz deal a major coup for Liverpool, according to David Ornstein. And it's a done deal that Matt Turner is going to Arsenal from New England Revolution in the summer on a 4-year contract for £4.5 million that could rise to £7.5 million. Why is Lingard's sale blocked? Because they're petrified of letting Lingard leave and proving a success elsewhere, according to those close to the midfielder. After the proposed loan move to Newcastle effectively collapsed over United's insistence on a £12 million survival payment if he helps the two to stay up, according to the Daily Mirror. So basically, they don't want him to go until the end of the season. Could Carlos Newcastle still happen? Maybe. Liverpool edge ahead of Spurs for Diaz. Could Lingard or Lingard and Aubameyang staying or going? David Ornstein thinks both might leave. Although Lingard is more likely to leave, according to David Ornstein. Andy Carroll is having a medical at West Brom this morning, ahead of him potentially signing a short-term deal until the end of the season. They want further cover for striker Daryl Dike, who's faced at least 2 months on the sidelines with a muscle injury. He's a free agent after leaving Reading. And he passed his medical. Fiorentina arrived. Dusan Vlahović arrived at Juventus for his medical at 9:09 a.m. UK time. St. Johnstone and it's a done deal that St. Johnstone have signed midfielder Melke Holberg on an 18-month deal from Hibernian. Ranieri joins Jose Mourinho and Mark Hughes as the most sacked boss. He was sacked by a Premier League club for the 4th time. He got sacked at Watford, Chelsea, Leicester, and Fulham. The Diaz to Liverpool thing is complicated, according to Video Call. Newcastle are expected to go back in for Brighton defender Dan Burn. They have had an initial offer in the region of £8 million rejected for the 29-year-old. He's a Newcastle fan and we're told to be interested in a potential move back to the northeast. Vlahović has arrived for his Juve medical, but we've already talked about that. Man City are considering recalling winger Morgan Rogers from his loan at Bournemouth due to a lack of playing time. Haaland will eventually play in the Premier League, according to Jan Aj surname. Crawley Town have agreed to deal with Man United to sign striker Damane Mella on loan for the rest of the season. Bologna have made an offer for Aberdeen right back Calvin Ramsey. It's understood the bid is an initial loan for £830,000 with an obligation to buy for £3.3 million of the season. A low percentage selling clause has also been included. No, love you too. Just gotta make sure to cut that bit. A low The 18-year-old has been attracting interest from all over Europe, including the Prem. Van Bronckhorst is excited by the Diallo loan to done deal that reached Devon has joined Walsall from Man United until the end of the season after he recalled from his loan to St Johnstone. Diaz simply prefers Liverpool to Spurs, according to Paul Gilmore. Maturity together gives players peace of mind, according to Arsenal women's legend Rachel Yankee. No, over two. Just cut that bit too. PSG make Pogba the priority, and their primary summer target, according to that French newspaper. And Arsenal target Turner saved a nanny penalty last season. Let's have a look at it and hope that they don't claim us.
Nani, 2 for 2 this season, but he's 0 for 2 against this guy. Nani, oh my word! Sometimes a guy just...
That is a good save. West Ham want to strengthen their attacking options with the signing of either Amado Broja or Ben Brereton Diaz, reports Football Insider. Isn't Ben Brereton Diaz injured at the moment? Juventus have rejected a bid worth over £20 million for Bentancur from Aston Villa, reports Sky in Italy. Newcastle are closing in on third side, according to Eddie Howe, being about Bruno Guimares. Al Hilal have agreed a deal to sign Al Shabab striker Odion Igalo on a permanent deal. Diaz will fit in perfectly at Liverpool, according to Felipe Diaz. There's a Real and Barcelona battle for Cesar Azpilicueta when his contract expires at the end of the season. Okay, this might be the most annoying transfer talk I've ever filmed, because I made a whole 9-minute recording and it hasn't saved 20 minutes in, so it's not going to save at all, isn't it? This is bollocks. I'm having to film it all over again. Let's begin. Real and Barca are battling for Cesar Azpilicueta, given that his contract expires at the end of the season, and it's a done deal that Joseph Anangas joins St Patrick's Athletic on loan until the end of the League at Ireland season. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst wants more signing to me. I don't even want to do this, you can quite clearly tell. Van Bronckhorst wants more signings. Newcastle head of recruitment Steve Nixon is in Brazil today to seal the signing of Bruno Guimares. Crystal Palace manager Patrick Vieira is keen to make Jean-Philippe Mateta's loan from Mainz permanent. He's been impressed with Mateta's form this month and is prepared to book any deal amid interest from France. He also still wants Donny van de Beek on loan. Howe's tight-lipped on Guimares. Tottenham have had a bid for 19-year-old Lowe's winger Ollie Tanner accepted, who've had interest from Brighton. Now he has to make a decision where his future will lie. It's a done deal that Casey McAteer has joined Forest Green from Leicester for the rest of the season. Andy Carroll's poised to join West Brom until the end of the season, but Valérien Ismaël is confirmed. But yeah, it's confirmed. Done deal. He's joined West Brom until the end of the season. Juventus and Barcelona have approached Arsenal over the loan signing of striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Arsenal must in panic and striker search, according to Paul Merson. Wayne Rooney says he was approached via his agent EF by Everton to discuss the vacant manager job, but he turned it down. He feels ready to be a Prem manager, but he doesn't want to walk away from Derby County right now. Could Jonathan David solve the Arsenal striker search? Dusan Vlahović snubbed Arsenal. Alexander Isak has a huge transfer fee, so now they have their sights set on David. Lille, however, have no intention of selling Jonathan David, who've also attracted interest from Chelsea and Tottenham. Rooney has rejected Everton approach, but yeah. It was difficult turning Everton down, however, according to Wayne Rooney. It's a done deal that Jando Fuchs joined Peterborough United from Dundee for an undisclosed fee. Diaz will fit in perfectly from Liverpool, according to Felipe Diaz. Max Erbil has left his role as sporting director of Borussia Mönchengladbach and the club after 23 years. The sporting director role after 13. He's drained, tired, and no longer has the energy to fulfil the role in the way the club deserves. Dennis Scurry and Matthias Ginter are set to leave on free transfer this summer, but they also have an interest in Eddie Nketiah. Munich's veteran striker Thomas Muller has been tracked by Newcastle and Everton. He only has 18 months left of his contract and has been identified as a possible transfer target. Ipswich Town have lodged a £650,000 offer to Fleetwood for midfielder Jay Matete. Guimares will attract more Newcastle signings, according to Andy Brassel. Dusan Vlahović has passed his medical at Juventus ahead of his proposed move to Fiorentina. And it's a done deal that Austin Samuels has joined Inverness for Wolves on an 18-month deal subject to international clearance. Postecoglou is not expected any more Celtic signings. Rooney turns down talks with Everton before already talked about that, but he has confirmed that Tom Lawrence will not be sold to ease Derby's cash crisis. They have a debt of over 16 mil. And it's a done deal that Elias from Mariba has joined Valencia on loan from Leipzig until the end of the season, and it's also a done deal that Kieran Tubb has joined Bolton from Rotherham until the end of the season. Aberdeen have rejected Bologna's bid for right back Calvin Ramsey, and they're now considering whether to continue their pursuit of the player. Tottenham are in negotiations for Juventus for loan move for Dejan Kulusevski. West Ham were interested in Hugo Ekitike, who got interest from Newcastle earlier this month, and the Gabagol offer is, I think, still on the table. Calvin Ramsey's departure isn't imminent. He's expected to remain at Pissisry. Yeah, we've already talked about that. Remember when he had a double, both disallowed for offside, one of them being a bicycle kick? I mean, it could be decent if he avoids the offside track. Ryan Hedges is finalising a permanent move to Aberdeen from Blackburn. The Wales international winger is signing for them for around £200,000 after a transfer fee was agreed on Friday. Could Van der Beek finally shine at Palace? Definitely. It's a done deal that Jong Sam Bin has signed for Wolves, but has been loaned to Grasshopper on an 18-month deal. Arsenal target Matt Turner made some great MLS saves apparently for New England Revolution. Atletico has intensified their interest in Villa defender Matty Cash, but won't probably make an offer until the summer. IFK Göteborg have made a loan inquiry for Celtic goalkeeper Vasilis Barkas, who has failed to make himself a regular in the Scottish Premier League side after joining from AEK Athens for around about as high as £4.5 million. However, the Swedish club needs Celtic to pay the bulk of his wages for the moves to go ahead. Did Dimitar Berbatov reach his potential at United? I wouldn't know. What's going on with Douglas Luiz? It's an interesting situation. If you're interested in what's going on, pause now. You've had enough time. Chris Hughton could join Ghana due to their managerial vacancy. He's been out of work since leaving Nottingham Forest in September last year and was approached by the Ghana Football Association. Their manager was sacked after a disappointing campaign in AFCON where they were eliminated by Comoros on the group stage. Adama Traore is undergoing his medical in Barcelona this evening ahead of his move from Wolves, will be an initial loan with a £29 million option to buy. If any comments made last time are seen as like racist, then we apologise. Here's some top stories. Wayne Rooney turned down an Everton approach. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Juventus and Barcelona have approached over a loan move. Bruno Guimares said to want to go medical ahead of his transfer to Newcastle, and Luis Diaz is wanted by Liverpool. Louis Barry has joined Swindon until the end of the season. Good sign in that, and a done deal as well. And it's also a done deal that Kevin Paredes has joined Wolfsburg from DC United on a contract until the end of the 2025-26 season. Orba favours a European move over a move to Saudi Arabia. And it's officially a done deal that Dusan Vlahović has completed a £62.8 million move to Juventus from Fiorentina. The biggest transfer by a mile this season. Callum Chambers has had his first training session with Villa. Surely he won't start. He might do. Fabio Carvalho will stay at Fulham until the end of the season, at least, claims Marco Silva. And it's a done deal that Joe Efford signed for Motherwell. She's fine, thanks. Can Van der Beek finally shine in Palace? Maybe. Diaz will fit perfectly in Liverpool according to Felipe Diaz. And that WSL window with Jam was the busiest ever according to Rahane Skinner and Kelly Chambers. Here's the big numbers about the Vlahović deal. They have committed a total of £102.5 million for him. Done deal there. You can pause if you're interested. You've had long enough. Derby's debts are at £60 million, with almost half of them at HMRC. They owe a further £20 million to MSD, and a further £10 million is owed to football creators. Several more millions are probably owed to non-secure creditors, although they're likely to receive much less than the full amount. West Ham and a number of clubs are interested in Rafinha and monitoring their contract situation, because he's in talks with Leeds. Talks are said to be positive with this current deal running into 2024, but West Ham, among other clubs, are keeping an eye on his situation. Dennis Sundav is getting interest from Brighton, but he won't be coming to the club this window, according to Sky Sports News. His Adama Traore has had his Barcelona medical, who's unconvinced by his Tottenham role. But aside from that, it's the same, pretty much top stories aside from Derby County debts believed to be more than 60 mil. And that's it. Hopefully it saves. Adios.